A very hearty good day to one and all, and welcome to TARS 777 presents Stars Cricket Club League T10 Cricket. Ghastly animal. We're busy with match number 19 here, folks, and it's a match between the Kraaifontein Knights. They are sponsored by World 777. They're up against the Tygerberg Tigers, who are sponsored by Golden 444. And it's going to be an interesting day here ahead. And earlier on, I was out there for the pitch report as well as the toss, and let's see what the outcome of that was. Really? A very hearty good morning to one and all, and welcome to TARS 777 presents TARS Cricket Club League T10 Cricket. Ghastly animal. We have match number 19 for you folks, and that is the match between the Kraaifontein Knights. They are sponsored by World 777. They're up against the Tygerberg Tigers, who are sponsored by Golden 444. Another glorious day here. The clouds have gone away, and there's hardly a breath of wind here as well. So conditions outside here, very, very perfect. The outfield is getting a little bit quicker as this tournament is progressing. So let's talk about this pitch. It's this pitch number 3 we're using today. Now there's a little bit of a darker tinge on it today. It suggests to me it's going to be a little bit softer. It means the ball might seam a little bit. Could even grip for the spinners. So I'm not sure how the ball's going to come onto the bat. It might be a little bit slower. But what I'm seeing is teams are gradually getting better, getting some scores on the board. Teams batting first, if they can get up to about 80, 85, they're normally in the ballpark to winning the games. Other thing to think about, let's look at the power plays. First power play average, 20 runs so far. That's just, people think that you need to hit the ball to all parts, but necessarily not so. Then we look at the average between overs 4 and 7. That is around the 33 run mark here. Again, teams hovering around the 8-10 over. Then we're looking at the last 3, where we expect the balls to fly all over the park. Just an average of 25 runs over the 3 over period there as well. Overall average, batting first, it's around the 80 mark. So if teams get to about 80 or more, they could be in business. Let's go over to the toss and see what the captains are going to decide here. It is a vital toss here between these two teams. The Kraaifontein Knights, they are captained by Ismail September and Tygerberg Tigers, who are sponsored by Golden 444, and the captain here, Anthony Adams, here as well. The umpires here as well. So I'm going to ask De Jong if he can pass the coin over to Ismail September. He's going to do the toss, and it's going to be Anthony to call. Tails is the call, and heads it is. So Ismail, if you come over here to me, dare I ask now, what's your decision?
We're going to have a bat first, Eugene.
You're going to have a bat first? Oh, well, I dare ask then. What's your decision behind that?
I just think our bowling lineup's been a bit strengthened, and we brought in some guys got off work so they can finally play a couple of games for us, which I think can make the difference for this last remaining games.
You just want to stick with, I think, what teams have done really well. Teams that have batted first, they have put on a score and maybe score with pressure.
Yeah, so that's the plan. Put scoreboard pressure on the Tygerberg team here, and then look to defend it.
You guys need a win just to go up there again for yourselves as well. I think it's an important day out for you.
I also think so. Next 2 days, big wins, puts us back in the mix, and who knows what happens.
So you got quite a few guys to look forward to today?
Yes, that's correct.
Go well today.
Thanks, Eugene.
Antley, would you have bowled?
Obviously, yeah. I think it's a win-win.
It is a win-win. The wicket looks a little bit on the soft side. That's where your seamers come in as well.
Yeah, we could get some purchase and a bit of a sticky wicket. I can see from the top, and probably it's a bit softer at the bottom as well. So I think it's a win-win with the toss here.
You got a good blend with some seamers and then some spinners as well, guys, that take the pace off.
Yeah, absolutely. Spinners are doing a good job for us.
Any changes from your team?
Luciano Joester's out, and we bring back in Lincoln Simons, and Matthew Florence back in as well.
Oh, some good youngsters there as well. So go well today, Andy.
Thank you.
There is the decision. You're at the toss, and it is a bit surprising to me. It is the Kraaifontein Knights. They have won the toss, and they have elected to have a hit first. Glorious day here as we see the result of the toss here between the Knights and the Tigers, and was the Knights that won the toss. And I must say, a little bit of a surprise to me. They have elected to have a bat out there. With me here is Christopher Fry. And Chris, yeah, for me it was a little bit surprising that they won the not that they won the toss, but they've elected to have a bat first, especially with sort of the third pitch has been used now. It's nice and fresh, so there could be a little bit of life in it.
Morning, Eugene. Morning, everybody. It's a glorious day for cricket today. The weather is scintillating, and yesterday we had some scintillating cricket, especially in the first game, where they're going over to a super over. Yes, very interesting that the Knights have decided to bat first on this wicket. It's a new wicket, and there's a bit of moisture around on the wicket, so it's going to be interesting to see what they can hit in their 10 overs.
Well, there is the log standings there, and the Dynamos, they are right on top. And it is the Knights that are sitting at the bottom of the table. It's not quite last chance saloon here, but they need a win very, very quickly. They are sitting there on 2 points. And it's, in terms of the Tigers, they want to really improve their sort of standings. There's a whole host of teams on 4 points, separated just by net run rate, and that's going to count a lot. That's going to be happening here for us today. Just want to bring in Kaasif, who's back here for us. Kaasif, just give us a little bit of interest to what we potentially could be expecting here today.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks, Eugene. देखें क्राइफोंटेन नाइट्स ने टॉस जीता और पहले बैटिंग करने का फैसला किया और एज पर यूजीन ने बताया कि विकेट थोड़ा सा वेट है और सरप्राइजिंग उन्होंने बैटिंग फर्स्ट किया. देखें अगर आप लोग की बात करें तो डायनामोस ये सबसे ऊपर है 6 पॉइंट्स के साथ. तो उसके साथ ही क्राइफोंटेन अच्छा मैच जीता है कल का और विक्टोरिया भी नंबर 3 पे हैं. तो देखिए अभी कौन टॉप 4 पे फिनिश होगा.
They're the umpires in their rosy red shirts, sponsored by Golf Ticket. They making their way out to the middle, followed by the guys in maroon, shall we call them, the Knights, and then it is the men. I hope that there are no wasps around, because these are very warm day here, and they'll be attracted to those bright yellow shirts of the Tigers.
Exactly, and the Tigers are wanting to make amends for their loss against the Vipers on Tuesday. So I think it's going to be a very interesting game. Again, the bowling is so important in this T10 format. It's very little that you've got very little to work with. So you've got to be bowling line and length, hitting your straps from ball one.
I think more so today, just looking at the way that pitch is, that if you can get it in a reasonable area, they can certainly cause some trouble. But the men from the Knights, they know. That's what we've seen in this tournament throughout. Scoreboard pressure does play a role here, and I think that's what they're banking on here. And if we look at the average score, just the average score in the first innings is just hovering slightly below the 80 runs that the team does get normally. So I think they've got to look for a little bit more than that, because, as I said, the outfield's getting a little bit quicker. It had another bit of cutting done yesterday. So everything is getting a little bit more cricket-friendly, as we say.
Well, yes, in the last match, the Tigers were chasing 74 and they couldn't get to it. So you're right. The average is about just under 70. But let's see if they'll be able to restrict the Knights to a respectable total.
Yeah, not 70, but 80, I would say. But anyway, we're there and thereabouts. There's a few new men here. Rowan Carstens, he's going to be up front. And he certainly needs to improve that strike rate. The strike rate of 71 in T10 cricket, I don't think that's what you want in this format of the game. So he needs to go some.
Not at all. You've got to be hitting strike rates of at least 125, 130 in order to be impactful in this format.
Anthony Adams, the captain, he's going at an economy rate of 6.4. I mean, you take that and run as far as you want. Well, here we go. Ball number 1 is going to bowl around the wicket here to the left-hander. We all set for a glorious day of cricket here in the Tower 777 T10 cricket. That must be you. I know what you're about to say here, Chris. It must be you, because yesterday they were they were full tosses ball all day long.
As is customary for this tournament, the first ball, wide full toss. Luckily, it wasn't dispatched to the boundary.
Well, that's going to be absolutely smoked to the boundary. I mean, the first ball must have been a sighter, but that one was smashed.
That's a glorious shot.
Gobeni doing amazing work there on that shot.
बहुत ही शानदार और इनिंग्स का आगाज किया. थोड़ा सा स्विंग मिला वहां पे, लेकिन बैट्समैन ने क्या शानदार कवर ड्राइव मारा स्ट्रेट टू द बाउंड्री फॉर 4 रन्स. एडली एडम बहुत अच्छे बॉलर हैं. अच्छी बॉलिंग की थी एडली ने लास्ट आउटिंग में भी. थोड़ा अर्ली ऑन स्विंग भी करते हैं.
That's up in the air. That is up in the air. He's backpedaling here and the catch is taken. That is simply just giving it away. And the violin is out. The violin is out from Antley Adams.
Great ball there, cramping the batsman up for space there. Gobeni trying to go for the big shot again, not being able to get out of his way, and the catch taken just around point area.
देखें यूजिन, जैसे मैंने मेंशन किया कि अर्ली ऑन इनको स्विंग मिलता है, तो सेकंड ही थर्ड ही बॉल पे देखें आउटसाइड ऑफ थोड़ा सा स्विंग हुआ था बॉल, एंड द बैट्समैन ने ट्राई किया खेलने के लिए अगेन, and he lost his wicket there.
I'm sorry, but you can give yourself a bit of a go. No issue with the ball number 2 being smoked. It was a half volley. Antley Adams, he brings his length a little bit back, as he said, a little bit tighter to that off stump. Just trying to force it, and that's an early wicket gone there for the Knights. And this is bringing Zach Fernandez here to the crease. Again, somebody that's striking at 77. He needs to up that for sure.
Well, this is now important. You can see from the first 3 balls that there is purchase in the pitch for the bowlers. There is bounce, there is turn, and now the Knights are under pressure already. They've got 4, and it's 1 wicket down.
You're allowed to give yourself a little bit of a chance, man. Yeah, maybe I do sound like a stock record at times, but I mean, it was an excellent shot, the ball before you got out. Oh, another beautiful cricket shot. I mean, that is a cricket shot for me. I mean, what we saw from ball 2, we've seen it now from ball 4. Maybe it comes in the even numbers. But that is simply excellent start. Look at that there. Leans forward, caressed, middle of the bat, 4 runs.
यूजिन वाओ, एक दफा फिर पिच अप किया एंडली की तरफ से, एंड ब्यूटीफुल कवर ड्राइव. वाओ.
Yeah, and this is where the team should be doing their homework a little bit better. Zach Fernandez, he favors the off stump, the offside, so they've got a sweeper now on the offside now, so he can still bowl that outside off stump line. Full toss. That's going to go for back-to-back 4s.
Zach Fernandez not waiting at all here. He's played some really good cricket shots so far. A glorious cover drive. And once again, another full toss dispatched to the boundary.
I just think you can't go straighter here. Like I said, he favors the offside. If you've got to bowl gun battle straight to Zach Fernandez, he doesn't like hitting the ball through the onside at all. He prefers going through the offside. There you see a ball that's straight, no run.
And that's what he should have been bowling the whole over so far. He's been wide outside off, and if it's not wide outside off, it's a high full toss. Again, the bowling of the Tigers needs some work.
Yeah, they got a wicket, but 12 runs to the good there for the Knights. So slightly going in favor of the Knights early doors here, but still a long, long way to go, as it looks like it's going to be Waco Besic again. That's going to be bowling here from the Tars. 7-7-7 end.
He bowled well in the game against the Vipers on Tuesday, but he's got to replicate that form against the Knights, because they're really 12 runs on the board of the first over.
Going at an average, or economy rate, I should say, of 7.33. In fact, sorry, that was the wrong caption we saw. He's going at economy rate of 6.2. So that's even better. So he, as you said there, Christopher, he needs to replicate that there, but he needs to start well.
Chris, आपको रिमाइंड करवाता जाऊं कि टाइगर्स दे won the game against Viper, और उन्होंने बहुत ही अच्छा कमबैक किया था बॉलिंग की तरफ से.
There's the edge. There's the edge, and he's got to go. And that's Carsten's now. A little bit of bounce. Some good carry and an easy catch there for Lincoln Simons. That's the second wicket gone.
As we can see there's some purchase in the wicket for the bowlers. Line and length, and the slight edge. He's playing away from his body there. Why is he doing that so early in his innings? It was his first ball.
He's got to go. In T10 cricket, if you recognize the ball was with, you just want to get their hands through it. Unfortunately, getting the edge there for him. But what a start now for the youngster, Basic.
I think extra bounce जो हुए हैं उनकी वजह से उनको विकेट मिला. Extra bounce की वजह से.
Yes, as we said, there's moisture on the pitch, which means that there will be extra bounce. There'll be purchase for the seamers and for the fast bowlers, and we've seen that to 2 good balls, 2 wickets.
Kenan Nokia walking out. He's another youngster, and what he has to an advantage today, he's got some time to bat out there. So these 2 youngsters, right and left-hander, it looks like they're going to have a slip put in, unless he's grazing. That number 2 from the Tigers, he's standing at first slip there.
वाको बेसिक यंगस्टर हैं. इन्होंने बहुत ही शानदार बॉलिंग की थी वाइपर्स के अगेंस्ट और एक मरतबा फिर अपनी इनिंग्स का आगाज किया विकेट के साथ.
Basic's got a bowl outside off, back of the length, straight to the right hander.
Interesting field again. We see the point on the boundary there. And then they've got a third man in place as well, so they're going to go for wide outside the off stump. There's another ball, back of a length. Little going away from him, beats the edge. Maybe the slip. This is what I like. This is what I like. I've been calling out for this. Get a slip in there, early doors.
Again, footwork nowhere to be seen on that shot. Playing away from the body, almost gifting his wicket to Basic. Basic started very well here.
Oh, it's up in the air. And where point would have been, it would have been a simple catch, let me tell you, but point's on the boundary. Come through for 1.
Wow. Basic has been bowling 3 great balls here. He's taking it to the Knights batsman with aplomb. Look at this ball coming up here. It is, again, back of a length, straight up, cramping the batsman for space, almost getting another wicket there. I think he's due for another wicket in this over, or maybe his second over. Kashif?
Yeah, Chris, अगर आप ऐसी bowling करेंगे तो आपको इनाम तो मिलेगा.
Around the wicket to the left hand, Fernandez. Now, can he cramp him up? That is the key here, because if he's going to bowl outside that off stump, we've already seen Fernandez loves hitting the ball through the offside. That's going to be a simple one.
But he's doing the right thing. Again, camping the batsman for space, up in the rib cage, very difficult to get away. He's doing, this has been a fantastic over so far from Basic. 4 balls, 2 runs and a wicket.
देखें क्रीज अगर आपको पिच से हेल्प मिल रही है स्पेशली फॉर द सीमर तो आप बैक ऑफ रेंज जा सकते हैं. आप अपनी स्ट्रेंथ पे बॉल करें एंड स्लिप लें. एक मरतबा फिर पिच अप किया, सीधा फील्डर के पास जाएगा 1 रन के लिए.
This is what the Tigers desperately needed after that 12 run over in the first over. Basic clawed this run rate all the way back. It's 1 ball to come and there's only 15 on the board. This has been a fantastic over so far. Can he finish it off?
Oh, there's the edge. There is the edge. And that's gone for 4. Oh, what we need to look at here is the keeper, Lincoln Simons, and his footwork here. Let's see. Oh, excellent ball there by the youngster. And again, Mr. Fry, you've put the mockers on him there. Can he see the overheart? The last ball goes for 4. Well done, sir.
You got a feel for Basic there. That was a fantastic ball. On off stump, getting away, but swinging away from the batsman. the wicketkeeper going the other way, the wrong way on the first, and he unfortunately misses the edge and gets a 4. It's 2 overs down, 19 on the board. It could easily have been 15 for 3, but it's 19 for 2.
They can increase. That is talking. What an absolutely peach of delivery.
Well, here we go. J-Lo bowling the last over of the power play. That's the third over of this match. If he gets a wicket, get your dancing shoes out, folks. He loves to show us a little bit of a jig. He's going to be bowling here too, Nokia. So still only 2 men allowed out. He's got to go a little bit. He's got to go a little bit straighter because the 2 men out is that deep mid wicket. And long on. He's trying to figure out where the other one's going to go. Looks like he's at long stop at the minute. Eventually they'll be moving into fine leg. That's not the area to bowl. Oh, I tell you what, I think first and foremost, that's not the line or the length to bowl here by J-Lo. Secondly, I'm not sure why Nokia just didn't free his arms up and smash that. There's only 4 men in the ring on the offside.
Exactly. He got lucky with that ball. Again, too far outside off. It was almost a half tracker. It was not a good start for Joshua Lowe, yeah?
There we go. Taking the pace off again. How's the running? Here comes Fortune. Tristan Fortune with the fielding there and keeps it down to 1. This is going to be Zach on strike now. The left-hander, he might now be favoring that leg side again with a spinner on. Doesn't like hitting on the leg side.
Well, Keenan Nokia, for his 5 balls, doesn't really look like he's comfortable out there. And that's an inclination of how the bowling has been so good for the first 2 overs. Let's see if Joshua can follow that up.
Doesn't like hitting on the leg side. It's just fairly simple. I mean, that was a simple ball that you could just tuck off your hip and you didn't even manage to do that.
Clearly he's not comfortable on that leg side. See if he does it again.
Through the offside. Is there every opportunity that he gets to hit the ball through the offside he's looking for. And that's something that the youngster just needs to work on.
देखें यूजिन मैं आपको याद करवाता जाऊं कि लास्ट मैच में टाइगर्स के स्पिनर्स ने डिफेंड किया था 75 टोटल अगेंस्ट वाइपर.
Just the 1, and what an over this is. I'm not going to go in the Christopher Fry mold. I'm going to just keep quiet and let us just enjoy this last ball of this, the power play. Don't be saying anything, Chris. Don't be saying anything. Let's just watch the over out here. Oh, he got away with absolute everything there, and that is the power play done and dusted, folks. 21 for 2, just slightly above the average. And when I say slightly, it's just literally, I mean, you do the math, say 0.2.
Yeah, not a good power play for the Knights there. There was very good bowling by Bissek and Audrey Adams. Bissek got unlucky with the last ball of his over, being edged through the slip cordon for 4. Joshua Lowe, not the best over in terms of bowling, but he got away with 2 runs there. So he got good purchase for his over. It's now the next power play. Let's see if the Knights can capitalize on the change in the power play. But the Tigers, you got to feel much better start than Tuesday.
There we go, another Adams for you. Jenkin Adams, he's going to be bowling his seamers. Economy rate of just 7. Not too shabby whatsoever. He's going to be steaming away here from the towers. 7, 7, 7 in. And now the field can spread far and wide. But they feel that the Tigers are a little bit on top. They can try and squeeze a little bit more. Customary full toss.
And not put away, as is the custom.
In fact, they are trying to squeeze by having 5. Is it 5 men in the ring? No, it's just the 4. It's just the 4. But we would love to see the guys in the ring trying to squeeze a little bit. There's a ball that's carved away past point. That's going to go for 4. The Tigers are missing a trick here. They're missing a trick whenever Zach Fernandez is on strike. They can't feed it to him outside the off stump. He moved across a long way, just kept it going across, and that just frees up his arms.
Zach's looking the part so far, especially on the leg side, and that's the first offside shot that's really given him good purchase.
No, he hit the first ball for 4. The first 2 fours was for 4, remember? That's going to be wide. I wouldn't bowl anywhere near the wide line. I will be bowling straight at his pads because he can't hit the ball either on the leg side. Worst case scenario, he'll just hit it straight because he struggled in that area. And I feel the Tigers are just dishing up things where it's so easy for the batter to try and score.
Exactly, Eugene. अगर आपको पता है कि उनका बैट्समैन का एरिया ऑफ साइड पे है, तो आपको फुल एंड मिडल पे बॉल करें. Exactly, that's where you want to be.
Now that's the line and length we're looking for. That is the line and length we're looking for. Look at this here. Comes up, outside off, on a length, forcing the shot, nearly getting the edge there. Great bowling by Jangan, great comeback. Let's see if he can improve on that.
I still feel I should go a lot more straighter. You see, you should not be anywhere near. It's fairly simple. Just bowl to him. I mean, he's a big target. Forget about the stumps. Just bowl the ball straight to him. That's where he should be, even if it means you're coming around the wicket. They're missing a trick here.
I agree. It's sad to see that now his bowling is erratic. It's already now an 8-ball over with 2 wides.
Guys, you gotta learn by what you get. Here's a throw. Oh, he didn't take the catch. He didn't take the throw. I think he might have been short there, but let's go first and foremost to the ball. Again, a ball outside the off stump. Again, a chance for Zach Fernandez to free his arms up, and he comes back for 2. You're allowing him to hit in his favorite area, which on this case is anywhere on the offside.
Agree, Eugene. देखें, Adams tall man है, experience भी है. अब बहुत ही अच्छी बॉल एडम्स की तरफ से, लेकिन अभी भी थोड़ा सा ऑफ टाइम पे है. देखिए फुल एंड पैड्स पे बॉल करें, जैसे यूजिन ने मेंशन किया कि लेग साइड पे इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं खेलते हैं जैक.
1 ball to go here. 1 ball to go of the Janken Adams over here. 29 for 2 here still, folks. Oh, and you can see the stickiness of the surface there as well. The ball sort of sitting up. It's almost like a tennis ball bounce. As there are our sponsors here, presented by Taj 777. Our associate sponsor, Wolf 777. Umpire sponsor, Golf Ticket. And our team sponsors, Billy 777. Cricket Trust of India, D247, ID 247, JSK1, Winfair 247, World 777. And of course, Golden 444. And to take us through this over here, to be bowled here by J. Lowe again. Joshua Lowe is going to be bowling his second over. So to take us through this 4th over, I'm going to leave in the capable hands now of Kaasif.
Thanks, Eugene. देखें एक मरतबा फिर स्पिनर बॉलिंग करने आए हैं. जशुआ, अच्छा ओवर था पहले वाला. सिर्फ 2 रन दिए थे पहले ओवर में. थोड़ा सा स्पिन भी हुआ था बॉल. एक मरतबा फिर देखें अपील, और ये कॉट बिहाइंड, और बहुत ही खूबसूरती के साथ बॉल किया और विकेट आएगा यहाँ पे. बहुत ही अच्छा आगाज जोशा की तरफ से. पहले ही बॉल पे विकेट मिला उनको, और स्विच इट ट्राई कर रहे थे वहां पे बैट्समैन, लेकिन टोटली मिस किया. सीधा कीपर के हाथ में और विकेट आएगा एक. और देखें इनका सेलिब्रेशन जोशुआ का. वाओ, क्या बात है जी आपकी. नए बैट्समैन हैं क्राइफोंटेन नाइट्स की तरफ से, जर्सी नंबर 19 सेवियानो किपिरो, सॉरी चेजलेन बैट। चेजलेन बैट अभी तक खास बारी नहीं इन्होंने खेली है, 3 मैचेस ऑलरेडी खेल चुके हैं, एक ही इनिंग्स में इन्होंने बारी ली है। आज देखें नाइट्स थोड़े से ट्रबल में है इस वक्त, 29 पे 3 4 ओवर के समाप्त पे। और देखें अभी क्या परफॉर्मेंस देखें अपनी टीम को, 3 विकेट डाउन। और जशुआ बहुत ही शानदार स्टार्ट इनकी तरफ से, पहली ही बॉल पे विकेट। एक मरतबा फिर थोड़ा सा लो था ये वाला बॉल, कीपर के हाथ में, एक दफा फिर बीट हुए। एक मरतबा फिर ऑफ कवर की जानब खेला, इजीली सिंगल आएगा यहाँ पे। देखिए ये जोशुआ को स्पिन तो डेफिनेटली मिल रही है, अगर थोड़ा सा मिडल से बॉल फेंके तो काफी नुकसान पहुंचा सकते हैं नाइट्स के बैट्समैन को। जैक बहुत ही शानदार बल्लेबाजी करते हुए, 14 बॉल्स पे 20 रन, अच्छी शानदार बाउंड्रीज उन्होंने लगाई हैं कवर्स की जानिब। लेग साइड पे इतना सॉलिड नहीं है वो। एक मरतबा फिर थिक आउटसाइड एज, थर्ड मैन की जानिब, और 2 रन इजी आएंगे। देखें जैक का अगर आप देखें तो लेग साइड पे इतना सॉलिड नहीं है, और बॉलर भी उनको इतना ट्राई नहीं कर रहे हैं कि चले लेग साइड पे 1-2 फील्डर एक्स्ट्रा लें और उनको ट्रैप करें किसी तरीके से। लेग की तरफ एक दफा खेल दिया है, सीधा फील्डर के हाथों में नहीं आएगा, और फील्डर के ऊपर पहला मैक्सिमम मिस इनिंग का 6 रन जैक की जानिब से। और ये अंपायर का इशारा भी 6 रन। बहुत ही अच्छा बॉल जोशा की तरफ से, और काफी अच्छा जो ओवर जा रहा था, लेकिन लास्ट पे एक बॉल पे छक्का खा लिया। और इसी के साथ ही हम थोड़ा सा यह वक्फा लेंगे यहाँ पे, गॉल्फ टिकर्स जी टाइम आउट।
5वें ओवर की समाप्ति के बाद अब समय हो चुका है गल्फ टिकट स्ट्रेटेजिक टाइम आउट का। जैसा कि हम देख सकते हैं, गल्फ टिकट द्वारा स्पॉन्सर्ड हमारी ड्रिंक्स कार्ट अब मैदान में आ रही है और दोनों टीमों के खिलाड़ियों को रिफ्रेशमेंट्स देगी। अपने दर्शकों को ये मैं याद दिला देना चाहता हूं कि गल्फ टिकट है यूएई का सबसे ज्यादा भरोसेमंद ऑनलाइन लॉटरी ड्रॉ। ये है फुली रेगुलेटेड, रजिस्टर्ड एंड ऑथराइज्ड लॉटरी ड्रॉ फ्रॉम यूएई। आप अभी gulfticket.com पे जाके अपनी किस्मत का खेल खेल सकते हैं। जी हाँ दोस्तों, gulfticket.com पे जाएं, वहां पे लॉग इन करें, अपना अकाउंट खोलें और खेलिए अपनी किस्मत का खेल। अपने सपनों को उड़ान भरिए और मौका दीजिए अपनी जिंदगी को बदलने का gulfticket.com के साथ। गल्फ टिकट की टैगलाइन है शेयरिंग मिलियंस माइल्स, और ऐसे ही करोड़ों लोगों के चेहरों पे मुस्कुराहट लाने के बाद गल्फ टिकट आपकी जिंदगी में भी खुशियां भर सकता है। आपको केवल ये करना है कि gulfticket.com पे जाएं, वहां पे अपना अकाउंट खोलें और हिस्सा लें गल्फ टिकट के वीकली ऑनलाइन लॉटरी ड्रॉज में। बिल्कुल दोस्तों, गल्फ टिकट सिर्फ एक प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं है, ये है एक सिम्फनी ऑफ होप, एक कैनवस ऑफ पॉसिबिलिटीज, एक टेस्टमेंट है पावर ऑफ ड्रीम्स के लिए। अब समय बर्बाद ना करें, तुरंत जाइए gulfticket.com पे और खेलिए अपनी किस्मत का खेल, क्योंकि गल्फ टिकट ही है यूएई का सबसे ज्यादा भरोसेमंद ऑनलाइन लॉटरी ड्रॉ।
That's the match to follow. That's later on here at 1:30 local time. It's between the Millerton Masters, sponsored by Billy 777. They're up against the Victoria Vipers. They are sponsored by ID 247. Yeah, we have match 1 here today. And it is the match here between the Knights and the Tigers. The Knights find themselves at 38 for 3. The average score through this tournament is 39. It just shows they are where they're supposed to be, let's just say. And now it's going to be Ethan Adams. And, I mean, there's been 6 boundaries hit so far by the Knights. And somewhere along the line, I think some of them have been gifted by the Tigers. We have to say that.
Yes, it looks like Ethan Adams is now going to be the bowler. Let's see if he can restrict the Knights to at least 6 runs in this over.
Oh, I mean, you know, you should just be accustomed to your first ball of the over. Newman comes in. He is definitely going to dish you up a full toss.
You would think that the batsman would have latched onto this already, because every single first ball, except for Bissek, has been a full toss. Now, the question that the captain of the Tigers is going to be, when are you going to bowl Bissek? Because clearly he's been the best bowler of the lot. And we're into over number 6 now, and it's 39 for 3.
I'm going to give you something more than this, boys. I mean, you guys can count me, and I know someone sitting 3 persons to our left will probably agree with me. As you see, Adams bowls again, comes in, and that's where he should be. See, this is just going to be clipped for 1, because I tell you, they're not going to run well. Every time I've seen Ethan Adams bowl to a left-hander, he bowls around the wicket. But he's bowling over the wicket today.
Not the best of cricket strategies there, you got to admit.
No, I don't mind that at all. I'm just saying something different. Well, this is a big matchup here. Full toss. It's just going to be 1.
You got to admit that the riding leaves a lot to be desired so far on the field. The Knights have not run 2 runs yet as well.
Have you not seen Jason? Zach Fernandez, 29 of 18 deliveries. He's got a start, more than a start. Oh, it's all coming out now. It is all coming out the bag now. You said you wanted 2. There's 2 for you.
It took some variation and some creativity, but we got 2 nonetheless. Ethan Adams took the pace off the ball, so couldn't go to the boundary, and the outfield is still a bit wet after the rain we've had over the past couple of days. But good shot selection by Zach.
देखें यूजीन, अगर आप इस पेस के साथ बॉल करेंगे तो बैट्समैन लाइक जैक किसी भी जानिब आप ग्राउंड में खेल सकते हैं. एक मरतबा फिर बैक ऑफ लेंथ बॉल सीधा फील्डर के हाथों में. रन आउट का चांस था वहां पे. फंबल भी हुआ, थोड़ा इजी 1 रन आएगा.
And as I said, the huge 6 runs off the over so far. He's got 1 more ball to come. He's got to make this ball count, Ethan Adams.
I mean, I will still take that. If you get hits for 7 off the over as a bowler, you'll still take that. Looking at the state of affairs where we find ourselves, now he's going to be bowling to a 4-5 leg side field. So 5 men on the leg side, saving, well, not saving, but a few men on the boundary. Bowled him! Bowled him! And the hand shows him where the sheds are as well. The big man strikes.
Let's look at this ball. Oh, brilliant Yorker there. On middle and off. You miss, I hit. And
देखें यूजीन, ये उन्होंने खुद ही यॉर्कर बनाया अपने लिए. फुल टॉस बॉल था. अगर वो खड़े होकर शॉट मार लेते, कहीं पे भी खेल सकते थे. And I think वहां पे उन्होंने अपने आप को यॉर्क बनाया, यॉर्क कर लिया.
Just forcing the place. Like I say, boys, we're not sure what was said at the golf ticket strategic timeout. Trying to look to up the ante here. He's got to go Cheslin bat. 3 of just the 5 deliveries.
And into bat comes Malwando Zamo. Let's see what he can do against this fairly erratic but more than average bowling performance so far by the Tigers.
You're very harsh, aren't you? You're very, very harsh. I mean, I'm glad I'm sitting in the middle here, folks, but the men on my left and the one on my right, they're extremely harsh here. I'm just like calling what I see, you know.
Well, this is cricket. This is not tiddlywinks or table tennis here, Huge.
I just feel sometimes you're just overly harsh on the boys. It is still pre-season. The man got his wicket there, went for 6, and over that went for 6. I told you, you'll take that and run and add a wicket to that. Samo yet to open his account. I think it's his first match.
You got to speak fact, Eugene.
Yeah, so looks like we're still going to have some spin, and this man bowled very nicely in the last encounter. Kraaifontein. He also loves the celebration, but he also loves to direct things. Here, as you can see, traffic up Fontein. Just hand signaling everywhere. Who's he going to move now? He's got to move one more person, I feel.
It's 4 overs to go. Let's see what Kraaifontein does.
Boys, was that a full toss? First up again.
I cannot believe this. First up, full toss. Maybe there's something that there's a... I really can't believe this either. But let's see. He got lucky there. Only 1 run off the full toss. Let's see if he can find the pitch with his second ball.
Yeah, smash through the offsides. It's just going to be 1. I think the key man here, we have to say, is on the young shoulders of Zach Fernandez here. He definitely is well and truly into his innings. Can he get to over number 8 at least? That's what he's got to do here.
It's like Leon van Vieren and Gigaba yesterday.
Beautifully played. That's going to race away across his outfield for 4. Excellent stuff. Good innovation shown there by Zach Fernandez.
बहुत ही शानदार शॉट जैक की जानिब से. देखें अभी नए बैट्समैन आए हैं वहां पे क्रीज पे, तो उनको चाहिए कि ज्यादा से ज्यादा स्ट्राइक जैक को मिलना चाहिए. वो वेल सेट हैं अभी और अच्छी बारी खेल सकते हैं अपनी टीम के लिए.
You don't really need to bowl the ball as a bowler. I mean, he moved so early, he could have just stopped. Thank you, Ahmad. Lovely stuff.
Eugene, you notice that the teams that have a above average score, they have 1 or 2 players that anchor the innings. I know it's only 10 overs, but there are 1 or 2 players that anchor the innings and then go to kick on in the final overs.
Full toss again, bowled there. This is hit out again. Just going to be 1. And this over's gone for 8 already with 1 ball to go.
Zamo clearly looks the part here, though, in the middle. It's his debut, first time at the wicket, and he's looked for good with his 2 shots that he's played for his 2 runs.
Oh, he played about 5 different sweep shots there and eventually just manages still to get 1. So that is going to be the end of 7. It's been good stuff so far here. Game finally poised. 53 for 4 now.
The key to 85-90 for the Knights is that Zach has to stay at the crease. He's looking all good for money.
Well, what did I tell you the average score? There were 32 runs scored in overs 4 and 7. The average is 33. This just seems to be following a trend here.
Well, if the Knights want to be better than average, they've got to kick on in these final 3 overs.
Ethan Adams, he's going to be continuing here.
देखिए यूजिन, एक चीज यहाँ पे मेंशन करूंगा कि नाइट्स की जानब से 1s and 2s दिखने को मिले. उन्होंने ज्यादा डॉट बॉल्स नहीं खेली हैं.
Trying to force it on the offside and he just doesn't get a hold of it. He's shaped up for the ramp, as we say, and then good bowling there by Ethan Adams.
That speaks the confidence of Zach Fernandez here. Showing his hand early, then changing his hand to the bowler. That speaks of confidence. I think he's going to kick on here.
That's over the offside again. That's his favoured side to score. No one's backing up. It's a little bit late though, but no harm done.
Ethan's gone for 2 so far in this over. Let's see if he can restrict Zamo to lesser runs. Again, line and length, just clamping the batsman up. He's new. Maybe even putting a bouncer or two here to the young Zamo.
Just the one, and this is what you get there. The ring fielders, they'd rather sit on the ring instead of trying to save it.
Zamo's doing the right thing here. He's new. It's his debut. Just play the ball into the gaps and give Zach Fernandez a slack. He's doing the right thing here. What do you think, Ashif?
देखें क्रिस all in all बहुत ही अच्छी गेम दिखने को मिली so far. एक मरतबा फिर एथन और बहुत ही अच्छा शानदार योग बॉल था वहां पे एथन की तरफ से. बहुत ही खूबसूरती के साथ ओवर करने ये दोबारा आए हैं अपना. और अभी तक 2 ही रन्स दिए 4 बॉल्स पे. देखें जैसे मैं बोल रहा हूं कि बहुत ही अच्छी गेम है सो फार. बॉलिंग की तरफ से, बैटिंग की तरफ से काफी अच्छी शानदार शॉट्स भी मिली दिखने को. यंग जैक बहुत ही अच्छी निक में नजर आ रहे हैं. एक मरतबा फिर एथन.
Again, trying to force the ball onto the onside. That's going to be deemed as 1 for the over. Or maybe it's not 1 for the over. So he's still free to bowl another one.
This is good comeback here by Ethan Adams. Putting the ball in the right slot, in the right channel, clamping Zach Fernandez up for space. And he's looking less comfortable and suddenly less confident in the middle.
That's excellent stuff, cramping him up. I said if you want to bowl, where to bowl to Zach Fernandez, you bowl a gun battle straight, whether it is full or whether it is short. I mean, that's where you got to go, and that's an excellent over bowl there by Ethan Adams. I think only going for 2 runs, that over. 55 for 4. They're losing away here a little bit.
And if I were the Tigers captain, I'd put Bissek back in the outside.
21 dot balls so far in the innings here of the Knights. As now it is Tristan Fortune, coming into the attack here. More spin. Now what he will do is he probably puts a... Apologies. Fortune. Tristan Fortune into the... I mean, I've been rectified about 3-4 times and I got it right the first time. Anyway, he bowls it a little bit quicker, this guy. He actually takes a space off that one. So are we going to see more of that?
Well, 2 things here, Eugene. For once, not a full toss on the first ball of a new over. The second thing is, this is the clutch over for the Knights. They've got to go after Fortune if they've got any chance of making 80 here, because we know that Bissek's going to bowl the last over. He had a fantastic first over, and this is the over where they've got to get good amount of runs here. Zach Fernandez has got to go after him now.
Oh, that is just guided across onto the onside again, and I think looks like finally the Tigers have worked this out. Took them a few overs, but they've worked out where Zach Fernandez lack of runs have been coming.
देखें ये लास्ट 2 ओवर जो होते हैं ना बहुत क्रूशल होते हैं. एक मरतबा फिर शॉर्ट पिच बॉल था और डबल 2 का, लेकिन इजी 1 रन आएगा. 2 की कॉल थी वहां पे, सीधा फील्डर के हाथों में 1 ही रन आएगा.
No one covering up that throw, I tell you. I mean, they're just pointing to everybody, but no harm done again. Just the one, so 3 runs off this penultimate over so far. Yeah, there's a dot again. There is another dot. That's dot number 22, folks.
Fortune's doing the right thing here. Take the pace off the ball, make the batsman play his shot. And Zach Fernandez suddenly not looking very comfortable at all. The run rate is going lower and lower with every dot ball, and you can see that the Knights are under pressure.
Goes up in the air. And that's going to be the end of that. Excellent catch there by Matthew Florence on the boundary, and Tristan Fortune gets his wicket. It's been an excellent over, this penultimate over. It's been a good knock, nonetheless, there by Zach Fernandez, but he just couldn't pummel this one for a 6. He tried with all his gusto, but straight to Matthew Florence, simply pouched.
I tell you, Eugene, शॉट बहुत शानदार था वहाँ पे, लेकिन सीधा फील्डर के हाथ में गया. लेकिन शॉट बहुत अच्छा था जैक की जानिब से. बहुत ही शानदार इनिंग्स जैक की तरफ से. अपनी टीम को कुछ मुनासिब टोटल बोर्ड पे ला के दिया इन्होंने. और देखें, अभी लास्ट मोमेंट पे आपने ट्राई तो करना है. एंड बहुत ही शानदार बैटिंग जैक की जानिब.
You're going to say that Zach Fernandez really put the ball down the throat of the fielder there for a second. It's unfortunate into a very good innings. 41 off just 23 balls, if I'm not mistaken. 30 balls, if I'm not 30 balls. Next up is Matthew Florence. Let's see how.
Keanu Munich is the man coming in there.
Oh, my apologies. Keno Munich is the one coming up there. But now the Knights are under pressure because they've got to go after the bowling. And there's one more ball left of Tristan Fortune's over. Let's see if we can get another one.
देखिए क्रिस, ट्रिस्टन अपना पहला ओवर करने आए हैं इनिंग का, और बहुत ही क्रूशल ओवर और बहुत शानदार बॉलिंग की है यहाँ पे. एक विकेट भी इनको मिला है और सिर्फ 3 रन आए हैं इस ओवर में.
Can't be leaving balls at this stage of the innings, let me tell you. But anyway, what an over. An over that's just conceded 3 runs for Fortune and for the Tigers. That is the penultimate over here. The scorecard looks 58 for 5. They've got to go some, even if they want to get to the average first inning score here. But it's been an excellent last few overs here for the men from the Tigers. Look at that from bottom up. 3 runs, 9 runs even by Jason Fontaine. Ethan Adams, he's going at 4 runs and over, 8 runs and over. Josh Lowe, he went at 5.5. Waco Basic, who looks like he's going to bowl this final over, he only conceded 7. Antley just bowled the 1 over. I mean, you've got so many varieties there. So he's going to be Basic to bowl that final over.
As I expected him to do so. But someone should have told Keno Munich that this is not a test match. You can't be leaving balls outside off in a T10 in the penultimate over. You've got to be swinging for the rafters. He's got to be at least swinging for it. They're 58 for 5. They're in a spot of bother. He had to swing. I don't understand why he just left the ball outside off.
Was the color clothing not a giveaway? And the white ball?
Or maybe he missed that. I don't know.
Anyway, final over to be bowled here.
लेकिन गाइस, मैंने आपको बोला था इनके स्पिनर्स ने जो लास्ट मैच में अगेंस्ट वाइपर्स बॉलिंग की थी, और स्पिनर्स ने ही डिफेंड किया था 75. एंड टुडे अगेन, एज यू गाइस कैन सी, द स्पिनर्स हाउ दे बोल्ड.
Yeah, exactly, with the pace off. I think it's bode well. Yeah, the spinners are coming into the 4 here, folks. The spinners are coming into the 4. Basic, final over. Bowling to Zamo. Zamo. Flicky-wicky, that over, fine leg for 4.
Some creativity that Zamos served up here. Great creativity over the wicketkeeper's head. And now, all of a sudden, Bisic's under pressure. Let's see how he handles that.
देखें क्रिस, मैंने आपको बोला था लास्ट 2 ओवर बहुत क्रूशल होते हैं, एंड स्पेशली द 10th ओवर. और 10th ओवर आपके लीडिंग बॉलर करने आते हैं आखिरी ओवर.
Well, feel it. It's just going to be 1. Zamo Soso, I'm told, is his nickname. He's Soso playing a Soso innings.
It's a so good inning so far for the Knights. Unfortunately, just picked out the fielder there on that glorious shot through point there.
He's not, Munich sure he's not going to leave another ball, is he?
Won't put it past him.
I don't think so, Eugene.
Well, how's the running? Here comes Soso. No, don't come Soso. Just the 1.
the fielding's been good from the Tigers, much better than what happened on Tuesday so far. Let's hope I don't put the markers.
You know what's going to happen now, don't you? Every time you say someone does well, something's going to happen here.
देखें आइडिया अच्छा था मॉर्निंग की तरफ से सिंगल निकालें और स्ट्राइक दें जामों को 7 बॉल ऑलरेडी खेल चुके हैं तो उनको अभी पता होगा कि कहाँ पे खेलना इजी होगा बहुत ही शानदार शॉट था पहली ही बॉल पे इनका
Beautiful shot again through the offside. Is this going to be the one though? Excellent work done there by, who's that there? Jason Fontaine out there in the sweeper boundary.
Soso's looking some good purchase for his debut here. He's playing a very good innings. He's got 11 of only 8 balls at the death.
Another one. And we're at the final ball of this innings.
Bissix looks like a fantastic death bowler. He's put in a really good shift. The 1-4 was unfortunate. The second 4 was off a creative shot by Zozo. Let's see what happens in the last ball.
It's a full toss, and that wades the short fine leg, and that's going to go for 4. And that is going to take the score up to 70. And is that going to be enough here for the night? It was a full toss down the leg side. Just as you say, he's been bowling well. Thanks, Christopher Fryer, once again, because you've caused that last ball again to go for 4. But the total here is 70. That was compiled there by the Knights. Is that going to be enough? I'm not too sure. But they still got something there to bowl to. We've seen scores around about that figure defended as well. But they have really got to try and bowl well to really put this Tigers under pressure.
Yes, 70 is just about par for the scores, if I understand. The Tigers have a good chance of getting this total, but they need 2 good partnerships at the front of the innings. So it's no need to swing for the rafters first up. Get the 1s and 2s, put the balls in the gaps, and 70 is definitely an attainable target for them.
देखें इंक्रीज स्कोर बोर्ड का प्रेशर तो डेफिनेटली वहाँ पे होगा और आई थिंक जॉब अच्छा फिनिश किया उन्होंने आखिरी ओवर में 70 रन्स बोर्ड पे आए हैं तो ये मैच अच्छा होने वाला है और उनको पता है कि रन्स ऑन द बोर्ड हैं तो बैकअप कर सकते हैं अपनी बॉलिंग के साथ.
Yeah, those men will be happy with their work done there. That is the match summary at the minute. Some good outing. It was a good outing for Zach Fernandez as well, but the bowling unit there of the Tigers, they've done perfectly well there to restrict them to 70. So enjoy the highlights package that we've put together of that first innings and join us in a moment. It is the battle of the spinners here. So Songe, he's with me here from the Kraaifontein Knights. Songe, T10 cricket for spinners. You got to just smile if you get hit out of the park, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's part of the game. And the moment the batsmen come after you, that's when you're happy. Because you want them to come after you, because that means they're giving you more chances. And they're not going to time everything. One's going to come up. Definitely.
Oh, for sure. And I like the way you say that. But there has been a chance for spinners really to take some wickets as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like the short format now, we've seen even like in the IPLs and everything, the spinners dominate around the world. So in the short format, the spinners are happy. It's their format.
Keep that smile on your face, Songe.
Definitely. Thank you.
Go well.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to bring the other spinner in here. They call him J-Lo. J-Lo, Joshua Lowe. Oh, well, should I go down or you stand up? Right? Again, you always love to be out there. You love taking wickets. Talk us a little bit about that dancing.
Oh, it's just something I love to do at times. Oh, wicket taking is always something to celebrate, so I go all out. It's my dance floor.
Nah, I like that. I like the energy again. I mean, it's not nice to be hit out the ground, but that doesn't faze you at all, does it?
No, definitely not. Look, it's part of the game. You need to go for the sixes. You can smile and just do it all over again.
Go well today.
Thank you very much, sir.
That's the battle of the spinners, or should I say the battle on the dance floor between the two spinners. And my humblest apologies for that Manhattan, that last little flash interview that you saw there. The upcoming match here is the Milnerton Masters, sponsored by Billy 777. They're up against the Victoria Vipers, sponsored by ID 247. Two men that we heard from there that will play their part in today's match for sure. It's the Spinners Union. J-Lo already showed us what he can do. He can move like Jagger, as they say. Anyway, there it is, the scorecard. 70 runs is what the team on the right got, the Knights, and they won the toss and elected to have a bat first, and they're hoping that it is going to be scoreboard pressure that's going to get them over the line here. Christopher Fry, do you think that will be the case? Or, I mean, before we went off air there, you said that the Tigers might be favourites at this stage.
Huge. The key to this innings is the first 2 overs. The first 2 overs of the power play, you've got to get at least 16 to 20 runs in the first 2 overs to have any chance of getting this total. The key is the bowling team, the bowling lineup of the Knights. We haven't seen them do well in this tournament at present. Let's see if they're up to the task of it. You cannot be bowling first ball full tosses though. You've got to buck the trend.
There's the league standings before I get to a couple of points that Christopher Fry made there, but there is the league standings. The Knights, they are bottom of the table. It's not lost chance saloon quite yet, but it's close to. If they want to push their way up there into the playoff positions there for the Tigers, they want to consolidate their position in more fancy themselves getting into the playoffs. And just to come back to your point, I think what you are saying is, I think what most of the teams are saying is we need to go hard at the power play, but it's not coming off. So essentially, for me, I don't think that power play is as crucial with the conditions that we have here today, because they are just going above a runner ball for that power play. If scores were in excess of 100, I would 100% agree with you. But the scorecards on average, as we've seen here, is just hovering below the 80. And today we've got only 70 runs. Those men there in picture, the Knights, they have to bowl well and they have to field well. That is the key. That is the end all for me. If they are to really get on top here. For the Tigers, well, they need to stop listening to the man on the right-hand shoulder sometimes when they bat, because they do such good things. And then from nowhere they do things that is not so good. As the two men there, Lincoln Simons, he's on the left, and Saden Hendricks, he's again elevated to the top. So they are going to be taking the mantle up here for the Tigers. Cass, if you're with us here, even poise, or are you favouring one of the two sides?
Eugene, I agree with you. देखिए 50% फील्डिंग आपको जिताएगी मैच, नो डाउट. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल देखिए मैच अच्छा होने वाला है. रन्स का प्रेशर होता है जब रन्स आपके पास बोर्ड पे हैं, एंड आई थिंक 71 इट्स क्वाइट गुड टोटल. अगर क्राइफोंटेन अच्छी बॉलिंग का मुजाहरा करेंगे यहाँ पे, तो ये गेम अच्छा होने वाला है.
Line and length is what the Knights need to bowl here. Line and length. Force them into shots. Force them into being creative like Fernandez was for the Knights. Line and length, and restrict them to as little runs as possible in the first 2 overs of the power play.
You don't have to do much here, especially with that new ball. The ball is moving off the deck a little bit more than what we've seen. It's got a darker tinge. There's Lincoln Symes' number striking at 130. Yeah, he's only got 13 runs in this. He batted nicely when he got that 13 and then just losing his way again. And I think this is going to add to his sort of development and his sort of experience there. He just needs to literally bide his time as it is Ismail September. We are done with the month of September. We're into October, but he's going to be here bowling for us, opening the bowling there for the Knights, bowling from the Taj, 7-7-7. And beautiful day here, beautiful. Not a cloud in sight.
देखें यूजीन बहुत ही खूबसूरत मौसम है आज का और एक बात बताते हैं आपको कि यहाँ पे पैनिक नहीं होना है.
Oh, somebody that doesn't bowl a full toss and hits a nice length, hits a nice line. I don't think you will be hovering too much there, Ismail September, because Shaden Hendricks will try and go over the top. There's 4 men in the ring saving one. No sweep on the offside, so the 2 men out is, I think it's deep. No, it's third man and fine leg, in fact. It's just going to be one.
You see the outside off on a length. That's the way you want to bowl. The first ball was a fantastic ball, full into the pads. Very difficult, sorry, not into the pads, on off stump. Very difficult to get away. So far, a good start by September.
देखें क्रिस जैसे मैंने बोला कि यहाँ पे पैनिक नहीं होना है टाइगर्स बैट्समैन को. 1s and 2s अगर आपके इजी आ रहे हैं, शॉट मारना इतना इजी नहीं होगा वहां पे. अगर आप स्ट्राइक रोटेट करें तो ये इजी चेस बना सकते हैं टाइगर्स के बैट्समैन.
I got the gist of that. You saying easy chase for the Tigers. So you both men going for the Tigers by the sounds of it. That's just coming off the pad there, and they come through for one. Good awareness there from Shaden Hendricks, keeping the scoreboard moving. That's what you got to do. There's a few people to your left that will love the Tigers to win. I'm just calling this down the middle. Now I'm getting looks. I mean, really now, I can't be biased to one side or the other. I'm just calling out the game here. When it's 2 runs needed for victory, then I'll sort of pick a side.
2 runs needed for victory. Wow, that's some calling there. September started well in the first half of this over. Let's see what he does in the second.
It's in the air, but it's through for one though. Of course, the field is set so deep.
Restricting them to a runner ball is definitely what the Knights need to do here. A great first over from September. I almost want to quote Earth, Wind and Fire here. Someday you'll remember dancing in September.
He's going to get hit for 4 now.
देखिए यूजिन जैसा कि हमने मेंशन किया कि फील्डिंग आपको जो है ना ज्यादा मैचेस जिताएगी. Wow, what a great bowling by September. बहुत ही अच्छी बॉल थी वहां पे. बैक ऑफ लेंथ था और फिट मूवमेंट भी नहीं था वहां के पे बैट्समैन की तरफ से. देखिए एक साइड पे जो है ना बॉल बाउंस हो रहा है, अच्छी लाइन आपको मिल रही है, तो बहुत ही शानदार बॉलिंग सितंबर की तरफ से.
Wafting outside off stump. You don't want to do that if you're the Tigers.
Wafting. That's a waft.
That's another wild swing waft outside off stump by Lincoln Symes. That's the over. 2 runs off it. Great start for the Knights.
Fabulous start by the captain, Salve Ismail September, conceding just the 3 runs. 3 dots already in this innings here. Who's going to be bowling the second over? Are they going to go to spin? Are they going to go to stick to seam? Where the keeper's going, looks like they're sticking to seam. It's going to be, I think, Kamali. Lance Kamali. Now, if he gets 2 or more wickets, if he gets 2 wickets here, he'll be joining the likes of Jody Lawrence on top of the leading wicket takers. The man, another man with a short back and sides, haircut. I'll be telling him, listen, mate, can you please get rid of those white sleeves?
I think so too. It's going to be interesting to see if the batsman can see the ball coming out of the hand because of those white sleeves. We don't want another Courtney Walsh incident, do we?
Well,
Lance was just going to be nicknamed Lance the Cruise Kamali, because he literally cruises in to the stumps there before he bowls the ball.
Eugene Kamali क्या यहाँ पे अपना कमाल दिखाएंगे बॉलिंग के साथ?
Now, that was, I mean, really, he threw the kitchen sink at that and the brand new spanking car, because he wanted to hit this to, I don't know where he wanted to hit that one.
But you see, head not solid, footwork not nowhere, wafting outside or stump. That's not a good shot by Hendricks. He's got to keep making the scoreboard tick over.
That's wide outside off stump. Thinking of a 2, but there was no 2 there. So he can't be bowling there, the Cruise Kamali. He's just got to keep it on a good line, good length, try and build a little bit of pressure. Well, Lincoln Simons, he's faced 3 balls already. How are you going to go here? Do you just try and get Shaden on strike, or do you then have a go? Because I can tell you one thing, pressure is a wonderful thing in this game.
Well, they'll do well to get 10 off this over, but Lance Kamali has been showing he's good so far.
And finally, somebody has said, well, actually, it's got nothing to do with the sleeves. It's got something to do with a little bit of wrapping around his finger.
No, it was the wristband that he had to take off there. So he's taken off his wristband, but so far 2 balls, 2 runs. Let's see what Kamali does.
Pulled away. There we go. You can't be bowling there. The Cruise Kamali losing his length, losing his line. Turn around. Away onto the onside there by Lincoln Simons, and he's up and running.
देखें यूजिन, जैसे कि मैंने मेंशन किया कि टाइगर्स के बैट्समैन को पैनिक नहीं होना यहाँ पे. अगर आपके 1s and 2s इजीली आपको मिल रहे हैं तो बैट बॉल एक आएगा वहाँ पे. एक बैट बॉल आपको मिलेगा. And exactly what happened.
I'm not sure where Simons wanted to hit that ball. He's shaping that he wanted to go over the top there on the offside, but that ball got really big on him. It's good bowling, good comeback by Cruise Kamali. 63 runs needed, folks, from 50 deliveries. We'll keep an eye on that. Differential between the balls and the runs is 13 at the minute. Oh, he misses all 3. He had a chance. He was looking at all 3 stumps there, and he missed all 3 of them.
That's unfortunate, but he should have at least hit one of those stumps there. If he had hit, the runner might have been out. Let's look at that. Oh, he would have been out by miles. He could have underhanded the ball and it would have hit and would have been out.
That was dropped. There's a chance that's gone down. It was a sharp chance, though. It has to be said there at backward point, but that's where your best fielder normally finds himself. Kamali gives him the approval of a great effort, but are they going to rule that chance? It's gone a begging there for the Knights. That's the end of the second over, 10 without loss.
You would think that they're at least 5 to 8 runs short so far in the first two overs of the power play. They've got to go after the bowling now, the Tigers, in this final over of the power play, if they have any chance of putting up a good score.
देखें क्रिस, इतना टाइम नहीं होता है एडजस्टमेंट का आपके पास, तो जितना जल्दी हो सके आपको शॉट्स क्रिएट भी करना पड़ेगी. यस राइट, 1s and 2s आपको बनाने होंगे, लेकिन आपको शॉट्स क्रिएट करनी होगी.
So Zamo is coming into the attack. He's going to be bowling the third and final over of the power play. Tars 7-7-7 in, 10 without loss. He's a man, not a tall man, he's Zamo. So easy going to skid the ball up. The keeper's actually quite close to the stumps here. Sort of pulled around the corner here on the onside. It's just going to be the one.
That's the second throw to the keeper that's gone over his head. fielding looks a bit suspect right now, to be honest.
Chris, you gotta get right there. नए बॉलर नाइट्स की जानिब जामो शॉर्टकट के बॉलर हैं. देखें कैसा अपना स्टार्ट देंगे अपनी टीम को.
Oh, that's going to be wide. It's going to be very wide. Sons of Creed there. Sons of Creed.
Yeah, I see what Zamo's trying to do. He's trying to bait the batsman into going outside off. But I'm not sure if that's the correct strategy to Lincoln Simons here. Of course, you've got to stay away from the leg side. As you see, he's pulled a couple of balls for 4. Let's see what Zamo does now.
Top edge, and that's going to go for 4. The length is not right here. The length is not right. Yes, it was a full shot executed by Lincoln Simons. But you've got to try and bring him forward. This is another short ball, giving him width, and he's just swinging from the rafters. Manages to get a top edge into the cricketer trust board there. And then, again, teams are not watching other teams how they play against him. For Lincoln Simons, you bowl trying to draw him forward because he doesn't move his feet coming forward. You bowl it a little bit wide with the ball going across him. That's where you'll get him. Not if you bowl wide like that. Not if you bowled wide like that.
And this is proving to be a bit of an over here for Zamo. He's only about two fair deliveries right now and is already on 5.
There's all our sponsors associated with this great competition, as well as our main sponsor, Taj 777. Smoke through the offside again, this time by Shaden Hendricks. They're going to come back now for 2. A little bit of a misfield by Kamali. Now then, this is how pressure shifts from one to the other. 51 runs needed from 45 deliveries.
This is the over that the Tigers needed. 10 off it so far, with only 3 balls bowled, 3 fair deliveries bowled. Now Zamo's clearly under pressure. Let's see what he does to Shaden Hendricks.
Smoke, huge hit onto the banks here by Shaden Hendricks.
वाह, क्या कमाल की बैटिंग है वहां से शेडन की तरफ से. इनिंग का पहला छक्का और पहला मैक्सिमम आएगा टाइगर्स के बैट्समैन को.
Can't bowl there. You can't bowl halfway down the pitch here. There's plenty in it. Get it up there. Look at that equation, folks. 45 runs now from 44 deliveries. There's still 2 balls to come in this over. Need a few caddies to go look for that ball there. Eventually we found it.
You've got to question the bowling plan here to Hendricks by Zozo. He's not bowling the right. He's pitching it halfway down the track in the slot. Sorry, not in the slot. He's pitching it halfway down the track into the swinging arc of the batsman. It's almost giveaway runs here.
Oh, it's been a massive over so far, but still 2 balls to come, folks. Shaden Hendricks, he's on 13 of 9. I mean, that's where you stay all day long. You saw the indifferent bounce there. Little bit of tennis ball bounce, just with a little bit of moisture that's in here. If you hit the surface, hit the deck on a fuller length, that's what you get out there.
Should have been doing that from ball 1. Unfortunately, he didn't, and now he's gone for 16. 1 ball to come.
I mean, it's just so simple. You just got to keep it on a length. You look at the pitch conditions. Halfway down the pitch, it's not working. That's the end of the power play. 26 for none for the Tigers. At the same stage, the Knights, they found themselves 21 for 2.
So the Tigers are 5 runs and 2 wickets to the good here. Let's see if they can close this out. But Kashif, that over was the clutch over for the Tigers. They were only 10 runs off the first 2 overs, and they got 16 off the last over of the power play. Let's see what they're going to do in the next power play. What do you think?
देखें क्रीज से एक ही ओवर ने इनका गेम का पासा पलट दिया. टाइगर्स की जानिब से, और उन्होंने बहुत ही अच्छा खेला है चेजन की तरफ से, बहुत ही अच्छा उन्होंने खेला है, और काफ़ी ख़राब बॉलिंग थी जामो की तरफ से। देखिए एक तरफ से आपको हेल्प मिल रही है, बॉल अच्छा बाउंस भी हो रहा है, अच्छे लेंथ पे बॉल गिर रहा है, तो ज़्यादा ट्राई करने की कोशिश क्यों कर रहे हैं वहाँ पे आप?
Marzeli coming into the attack here, some spin. Now we saw how effective the spinners of the Tigers were on the surface. He's a new kid on the block. First outing for him. It's down the leg side to start. Here we go, Sons of Creed again coming from the umpires. There it is.
Well, at least it wasn't a full toss.
Still an extra 44 runs off 42 balls. And that's excellently done there by Lincoln Simons. And this is all that the Tigers really got to do. They just got to try and pick the ones that'll get the ball that they can probably potentially hit away to the boundary. Especially if Shaden Hendricks is still going to be in here, you'll get more of that.
The Knights need to break this partnership as a matter of urgency. Shaden Hendricks looks like he's got his eye in. Let's see what he does with this ball.
Oh, this could be pushing now. It's just going to be one. That's all they got to do. Excellent stuff there. He's listening to the right shoulder today, Shaden Hendricks.
देखें यूजीन काफ़ी अच्छी बैटिंग कर रहे हैं टाइगर्स के बैट्समैन, और ख़राब बॉलिंग को आपने पूरा वे करना है. अगर आपके 1s and 2s इजीली आ रहे हैं तो आप ये मैच इजीली आप जीत सकते हैं. नो पैनिकिंग हियर.
You gotta get someone in there to stop that. I mean, this is where anticipation comes in. You gotta watch the bat and look at how the bat is shaping to hit it, and then you can react. Sometimes fielders react too often. Watch the batter. What are we watching when we're walking in? Oh, yes, trouble. Well, he dived in behind the umpire, so we're going to go to the third umpire. Lincoln Simon was away. Out a shot there. The ball was hit straight to the point fielder. Yeah, Shaden looks like he's gone for all money, as they say. Here was a throw. Yeah, that's going to be gone. That's going to be gone, folks. That is gone. And Shaden Hendricks, just when he looks so promising, he's got to go now again.
You've got to admit that was unnecessary by the Tigers. It was run a ball for the next 40 balls, and they would have coasted home. Now they put themselves under a bit of pressure, and we've seen what happens when you put yourself under one smidgen of pressure. That pressure just grows if you're chasing. Tigers must be a little bit more nervous now in that dressing room.
Yeah, it's something that they could have just taken the dot and move on, because Lincoln Simons, he just ran down the pitch there. Shaden Hendricks, he decided to do it after, as Waco Basic, he comes in and he's been batting at 3 for the duration of this tournament as well. So he's had a really good tournament for the Tigers with both bat and ball. He's still a youngster. So he's got to come out here and really face the music here. And they are really well placed. Look at that. He's going at a run a ball. He's got 50 runs, but he's crucially holding the Tigers together whenever he's come out to bat. So he's going to be joining Lincoln Simons here now. So still a right-left combo.
देखिए यूजीन, आपके सेट बैट्समैन आउट हुए हैं अभी. ज़्यादा दिमाग से खेलना होगा इनको, और ज़्यादा पैनिक होने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. नए बैट्समैन आए हैं, ऑलराउंडर वाको बेसिक. देखिए कैसे स्पिन को टैकल करते हैं.
Well, they managed to get a wicket. Now then, Lincoln Simons, what are you going to do now? That is overly defensive. And yeah, with the field spread, you can hit the ball to any gap you wish. There's been a good comeback here. Mazele, only the 3 runs, actually 4 runs conceded, because he bowled a wide first up. That is hit back with a point. Oh, and it eludes the fielder. Is that ball going to go to the boundary? Yes, it is. That just shows how the ball is running away on this outfield now, and he gets value for runs. 4 more runs. Beautifully executed that by Lincoln Simon. Still no feet movement, but who cares when you can find the gap like that?
Mazedek's got to think that his fielding unit should have gotten that ball. He's going to feel a bit hard done by that 4.
देखें बहुत ही अच्छा शॉट था वहाँ पे, थोड़ा सा ऑफ साइड की जानब आए और थर्ड मैन की तरफ उन्होंने गैप दे के उन्होंने शॉट मारा था ये वाला, तो बहुत ही अच्छा शॉट था वहाँ पे, 4 रन उनके लिए.
They're going at over 8 to the over right now. Clearly it's still runnable. As Kosh said, no need to panic. Put the ball in the gaps. 1s and 2s is going to do it. Put the pressure on the Knights. The Tigers surely still have to be in the pound seats to win this game.
देखिए क्रिस एग्री, आपको दिमाग के साथ यहाँ पे रन्स चेंज करना होगा, ज्यादा पैनिक होने की जरूरत नहीं है, इतना स्कोर आपको चाहिए नहीं, 36 बॉल पे 35 रन्स नीडेड हैं, तो ज्यादा पैनिक होने की जरूरत नहीं है. 1s and 2s आपके इजी आ रहे हैं, एक बैट बॉल आपको लाजमी मिलेगा. नए बॉलर और दूसरी जानब से भी स्पिन का आगाज होगा. कदमों का थोड़ा सा इस्तेमाल, जर्सी नंबर 17 को सीधा फील्डर के हाथ में, एक ही रन आएगा. वाको बेसिक ऑलराउंडर हैं इनके, बहुत ही शानदार बॉलिंग हुई थी इनकी जानिब से. आप देखें कैसी बैटिंग की, अपनी बैटिंग के साथ अपनी टीम को परफॉर्मेंस देंगे. 5वां ओवर स्टार्ट, 35 बॉल पे 36 नीडर हैं टाइगर्स के बैट्समैनों को. और इन कोटसी फुल टॉस, सीधा फील्डर के हाथ में, कहीं भी ये शॉट खेल सकते थे लेकिन इजीली सीधे बैट के साथ खेला. फील्डर की जानिब एक ही रन आएगा. बहुत ही समझदारी के साथ बैटिंग टाइगर्स की जानिब से, और ऐसा ही करना चाहिए आपको. एक दफा फिर फ्लाइट किया, सीधा फील्डर के हाथों में, एक बार फिर इजी सिंगल आएगा. और देखें पहले ही 3 बॉल्स पे एक मरतबा फिर फ्लाइट किया, लेग की जानिब, पैड पे लेग बाय का इशारा.
Just give me a playback of where the batter is. Thank you.
और एक मरतबा फिर लेग की जानिब, अंपायर का इशारा. एक मरतबा फिर वाइड होगा, एक्स्ट्रा रन, और 2 एक्स्ट्रा रन्स इस ओवर में. फिर कदमों का थोड़ा सा इस्तेमाल, सीधा कीपर के हाथों में, और बैट्समैन इजीली क्रीज पार किया वहां पे. 1 रन और आएगा. काफी अच्छा ओवर गया है टाइगर्स की जानिब से. देखें उन्होंने कोई डॉट बॉल नहीं यहाँ पे किया. ओवर का आखिरी बॉल, क्या और इन अच्छा फिनिश कर सकती हैं यहाँ पे. बहुत ही समझदारी के साथ दोनों बैट्समैनों ने ये ओवर खेला. आखिरी बॉल और इनकी जानिब से. एक दफा फिर फ्लाइट बॉल, सीधा कवर की जानिब, फील्डर के हाथों में. 1 रन कंप्लीट होगा वहां पे. 7 रन इस ओवर में आए हैं. 5 ओवर के बाद थोड़ा सा वक्फा लेंगे यहाँ पे. गोल्फ टिकर्स जीचिक टाइम आउट.
जी हाँ दोस्तों, 5वें ओवर की समाप्ति के बाद अब समय हो चुका है गल्फ टिकट स्ट्रेटेजिक टाइम आउट का. जैसा कि हम देख सकते हैं, गल्फ टिकट द्वारा स्पॉन्सर्ड हमारी ड्रिंक्स कार्ट अब मैदान में आ रही है और दोनों टीमों के खिलाड़ियों को रिफ्रेशमेंट्स देगी. अपने दर्शकों को ये मैं याद दिला देना चाहता हूं कि गल्फ टिकट है यूएई का सबसे ज्यादा भरोसेमंद ऑनलाइन लॉटरी ड्रॉ. ये है फुली रेगुलेटेड, रजिस्टर्ड एंड ऑथराइज्ड लॉटरी ड्रॉ फ्रॉम यूएई. आप अभी gulfticket.com पे जाके अपनी किस्मत का खेल खेल सकते हैं. जी हां दोस्तों, gulfticket.com पे जाएं, वहां पे लॉग इन करें, अपना अकाउंट खोलें और खेलिए अपनी किस्मत का खेल। अपने सपनों को उड़ान भरिए और मौका दीजिए अपनी जिंदगी को बदलने का gulfticket.com के साथ। गल्फ टिकट की टैगलाइन है शेयरिंग मिलियन स्माइल्स, और ऐसे ही करोड़ों लोगों के चेहरों पे मुस्कुराहट लाने के बाद गल्फ टिकट आपकी जिंदगी में भी खुशियां भर सकता है। आपको केवल ये करना है कि gulfticket.com पे जाएं, वहां पे अपना अकाउंट खोलें और हिस्सा लें गल्फ टिकट के वीकली ऑनलाइन लॉटरी ड्रॉज में। बिल्कुल दोस्तों, गल्फ टिकट सिर्फ एक प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं है, यह है एक सिम्फनी ऑफ होप, एक कैनवस ऑफ पॉसिबिलिटीज, एक टेस्टमेंट है पावर ऑफ ड्रीम्स के लिए। अब समय बर्बाद ना करें, तुरंत जाइए gulfticket.com पे और खेलिए अपनी किस्मत का खेल, क्योंकि गल्फ टिकट ही है यूएई का सबसे ज्यादा भरोसेमंद ऑनलाइन लॉटरी ड्रॉ।
There we have it. The next match here of the TARS 777 presents TARS Cricket Club League T10 Cricket Castle Animal. It's the match between the Milnerton Masters, sponsored by Billy 777. They're up against the Victoria Vipers, sponsored by ID247. Another very enticing encounter awaits us, as now we're going to have another bowling change there. Gobeni. We're going to have some more spin. Spin is the order of the day here. Another man making his debut. He's going to be bowling here from the Gulf Ticket, and he's going to be bowling to Waco Basic. Now then, what do you think has been said there? The rate required is under 6 and over. Surely the Tigers should be waltzing to the line here.
Indeed. However, the Knights have to break this partnership. I said it 2 overs ago, and they didn't. They've got to break this partnership now. They've got to attack the batting if they have any chance of winning this game.
Well, we'll see how the spin goes here. Here we go. No, that's wishful thinking, that. Wishful thinking. Straight away starts with a dot. I think they need a basket more of dots if they want to get close to this. They need to keep piling on the pressure here. The Knights on the Tigers. 29 from 29. 29 from 28 now. Now all of a sudden, the tunes are being changed.
This is good from the bowler Gobeni. He's putting them under pressure, not giving him any room to work with.
Oh, how's the running? How is the running between the wickets here? Here they come. Here they come. A little bit of a fumble, so it's going to be 2 runs.
Gobeni will not be happy with that. It should have been restricted to 1. What do you say, Kash?
देखें, बहुत ही अच्छी रनिंग थी बिटवीन द विकेट। कबेनी बहुत ही अच्छी शानदार विकेट टू विकेट बॉल कर रहे हैं सिनारो, और देखें क्या अच्छा फिनिश कर सकते हैं अपनी टीम के लिए। देखें क्रिस, विकेट इतना मैटर नहीं होगा यहाँ पे, अगर उनका एक दो विकेट यहाँ पे गिरता भी है, लेकिन इट डजंट मैटर फॉर देम। देखें उनको इजी रन चेज करना है यहाँ पे। 26 बॉल्स पे 26 नीडेड है।
You don't want to leave it too tight, boys. You do not want to leave it too tight. If you're the run chaser, you want to chase well. You want to not take it to the last over. That is what I try and say to myself, really. Oh, that was played around that front pad. It's good stuff here by Lincoln Simons.
He seems to be building an innings here, and that's a red flag for the Knights. They've got to get you feel that they've got to get him out before if they've got any chance of clawing back their position in this game.
There we go. Here's the running going to be tested again. I think it's just going to be the one. That's excellent stuff in the field that time. I think that was Zamo in the outfield. That concludes over number 6, 47 for 1. Again, let's give a great big thanks there to the sponsors, Stars 777. The associate sponsors, Wolf 777. Umpire sponsors, Gulf Ticket. Then the team sponsors, Billy 777. Cricketer Trust of India, D247. ID 247. JSK 1. Winfair 247. World 777. And of course, Golden 444. But those worms, they look like they're neck and neck a little bit. As we can see by this equation, 24 runs needed of 24 balls.
देखें यूजिन just 24 balls 24 runs needed. देखें ज़्यादा इनको अभी पैनिक होने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. देखें अगर नाइट्स को यहाँ पे मैच जीतना है उनको ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा डॉट्स बॉल खिलानी होगी टाइगर्स को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा.
Who's going to be panicking though? Who is going to be panicking first here? It's like a game of chess at the minute here. Kortzer going to be bowling his second over. Oh, that is played right around that front pad, but they're going to come back. No, they're not. Oh, now they're going to come. Oh, now they're not. Oh, dear, oh, dear. All that has led us just one run.
Bit of a comedy of errors there in the field, but luckily for the Knights, it's only one run. But the bowling is not attacking the batsman enough. You feel that they've got to get Lincoln Simons out now. He's 17 runs, 15 balls. If he hits one or two more boundaries, the game's over for the Knights.
Not unhappy about that delivery there from Oren Kortzer. He bowled it where he wanted it to. Well played by Lincoln. That's down the leg side, and they're going to come through for a leg by. So the ball before, I'm not so much unhappy about that, because if Lincoln or if Waco Basic missed that, it was definitely going to be LBW because it was right in front of the stick. So he's just got to find a way of measuring it nicely. Yes, you want to stop their run scoring, but sometimes the Tigers, they're batting well here. There's a dot ball for you. So this is how you got to try and do. Somewhere you got to find one, maybe two dots and over. This is how you can try and build that pressure up. If you take ones, that's fine. It's not getting away from you here. Oh, it would have been another dot, but they managed to run through again, and that's just due to the pressure that's building as well. You just need two dots, 3 dots. That's how you try and relate the pressure or transfer the pressure onto the batting side. That's what they need to do, not necessarily get wickets, but certainly dot balls at this late stage, because there's plenty of batters still in the huts here. Look at that equation, 21 runs from 20 balls. Went for the old reverse there. 6.4.
That's not needed by the Tigers. It's not needed by the Tigers. All you need to do is put the ball in the gaps, get the ones, maybe one or two twos, and hit the balls outside off.
Last ball of this 7th over. The rate just a tick above 7, above 6, apologies. There we go, as simple as you like, as simple as you like. That's going to bring another run.
देखिए यूजिन एक बात मैं यहाँ पे बोलूँगा कि अगर आप देखें फील्ड बहुत ज़्यादा सेट की हुई है इनके कैप्टन नाइट्स के कैप्टन ने बाहर अगर थोड़ा सा आप अटैकिंग करें इतना शॉट्स वो मारने की कोशिश नहीं कर रहे हैं तो अगर आप लिटिल बिट फील्ड को अप लेके आए सिंगल को वंस को आप रोकें तो कुछ चेंज ला सकते हैं कैप्टन इस्माइल.
Well, here's a couple of stats for you boys. You boys love your stats. At the same time, the Knights were 53 for 4. The Tigers find themselves 52 for 1. I'll give you another stat. They're both 50s in terms of the Knights. They're 50 coming up in 6.3 overs. For the Tigers, they're 50 coming up in 6.4 overs. That's why we are sitting where we are. 19 runs needed from 18 balls. It's still finely poised. Who can become a hero here for either of these two teams?
देखें यूजिन dot balls are crucial here. Dot ball.
Dot ball is massive. Oh, that should have been a dot. That should have been a dot. 18 needed of 17 balls now. This is going as closer you go to the finishing line, the more the pressure builds.
Goben has got to attack Lincoln Simons. He's got no other choice. They've got to run a ball to win the game. It's got to be in the favor of the Tigers. The Knights need a wicket.
Sorry, boys. Not the shot. Not the shot to be playing. Pressure is such a wonderful thing. I'm going to come back to you here, Chris. It's not about wickets. It's not about attacking. It's about how many dot balls can you get here, Gobeni. That is it for the Knights. There it is. There it is. That's what pressure does. That's another dot. In fact, that's another W. It's a wicket going the way of the Knights, and Lincoln Simons, he's got to go.
That's the wicket that they needed. Lincoln Simons inexplicably going for this big hit over the bowler's head and stumped. No need for the run-out decision there. Kashif, what do you think?
Chris, I don't understand. देखें, अगर आपको easily runs आ रहे हैं, ones and twos आपके easily आ रहे हैं, short मारने की जरूरत नहीं है यहाँ पे आपको. And ये खुद अपने आप पे pressure लेके आ रहे हैं Tigers के batsmen.
It's just the ball. The balls before led to that. It's going to be Matthew Florence now coming in to face the music. His strike rate is at 168. They still got Severiano Cupido in the huts as well. So they're sticking with their right-left combos here. Two young men here for the Tigers. Their future here now with these two. How are they going to get there? For me, a little bit of a strange decision. Bring a left-hander in to face an off-spinner, turning away from the left-hander. However, that's the way they wanted to go.
The Knights have a smidgen of victory. Let's see if they have a space to smell blood here. Like you say, they need a couple of dot balls in this over. Can Gobeni deliver with 2 dot balls out of the final 3 deliveries of this over?
I'm going to say to you again, it's not about the wickets. It's all about the dots. That's how you build the pressure. You can get as many here, but in this stage here, it's all about the dots to put that run rate up, that rate required. That's what they want to get up. How they do that? Just by dots, and then stopping them from running twos and then stopping the boundaries. Matthew Florence, he's going to try and show intent here. Excellently played. It's just going to be 1. This is not hurting the Knights, folks. This is not hurting the Knights. Still 14 balls remaining. 17 runs still required. I think we're in for a tight one. Dare we say super over, supernova? Dare we say it?
Eugene, I think Tigers still यहाँ पे easily जीत सकते हैं यहाँ पे. क्या नाइट्स की तरफ से अच्छी बॉलिंग परफॉर्मेंस हो सकती है लास्ट 2 ओवर में. बहुत ही अच्छी बॉलिंग सो फार सेनालो की जानिब से. 2 ही रन्स आए हैं और 1 विकेट के साथ. और ये क्विकर बॉल था. फील्डर कीपर ने मिस किया वहां पे और बाय का 1 रन आएगा यहाँ पे.
That's the end of the over. 2 overs to come. It's 16 runs to get. You got to feel that Waco Bessick has to be the man to take the Tigers home here. It's interesting to see who the Knights are going to put it, who are going to choose to bowl the final 2 overs. You think that Lance Kamali will do it, or Ismail September will do it. He's only had 2 runs off his first over. Kamali had 6 runs off his first over. So it looks like those are the 2 that are going to be closing out the innings for the Knights. And yes, as expected.
It's neither.
देखें यार देखें क्रिस, अगर आपके स्पिनर आपको अच्छी बॉलिंग करके दे रहे हैं, so I don't think you should change there.
That's going to stay the spin. They stick into spin here, folks. Mazele still bowling. He's first over, going for 8. They get 1 off that first ball. Brings Matthew Florence on strike. 15 runs needed from 11 balls. Apologies. Getting ahead of myself. 8 runs and over needed. That over before started with 6 and over. At the end of it, it's 8 and over.
It's interesting to see that the Knights have decided, as often, to take as much pace off the ball in place Mazele here. Oh, a dot ball. Sorry, a dead ball. Let's see what Bessick does here.
It hasn't been updated though, Yeah, they come through for another single there. So it's actually 2 balls gone in this over. So it is, in fact, 14 from 10 balls, folks. 14 runs from 10 balls. And they still got Sevi Cupido in the hutch.
Yeah, I agree. Eugene... Mazele.
That is hit down the leg side. That's going to go for 4. And that's how you loosen the shackles. Yeah, that was a ball down the leg side by Mazele. And properly dealt with that time by Bessick.
Bessick really looks the part here. That's what the Tigers needed to just relieve the pressure. So now they've got Now they've got another much more manageable 10 runs needed off 9 balls.
They're running again, and it's a misfield. This is potentially going to come back for 2. They come back for 2, folks. They're looking for 3, but that's not going to be the case. I mean, everybody's shouting here. I mean, they can't even hear them from where we're sitting. 8 runs from 8 balls.
The crowd getting a little animated here, Eugene.
I'm not sure. They just need to press the buttons and write down the 2s or 4s or whatever they are. But anyway, 8 from 8.
Eugene, I don't understand Mazele. आपको wicket to wicket ball करना है यहाँ पे. Wicket to wicket ball करना है. ज़्यादा pressure में आने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. और बहुत ही खराब ball था वहाँ पे.
I can't agree with you more there. But yeah, what do you fancy? Date with an 8? All the 8s? 8 balls, 8 runs?
I agree with Kashif. Mazeli needs to bowl wicket to wicket, full deliveries, camping the batsman for space, not giving him any bounce to work with. It's going to be interesting to see what they do now. They've opted for spin. Let's see if he can close out the over with 2 dot balls.
Easy as you like onto the leg side. That's all they need to do. 7 from 7.
Basic doing the right thing there. They're stepping out, going to the leg side, finding the gaps, placing in the gaps, going for the single, putting all the pressure on the Knights.
Super over beckons, folks. Super over. He's beckoning here. There we say it. Oh, it's a dot ball. It's a dot ball. There we go into the final over. We are going to that all-important final over. Who's going to bowl it? Are they going to stick to the tried and tested? No, it's going to be the captain, Ismail September. He's going to be bowling here on
the question is
3rd of October to see if he can take his team to victory and potentially off the bottom of the table.
Well, they desperately need this win, and September is going to have to be the man to take them to the win. The question is, can he defend 6 runs?
6 takes us to the super over. He needs to go for 5.
That's why I said he's got to defend 6.
Look at them there. Look at them. They're on tenterhooks. Look at them. The coolest man there is a man folding his arm. J-Lo. He doesn't even have the pads on. He's comfortable. Lincoln, he's done his job.
लेकिन यूजीन पहला दूसरा बॉल क्रूशल होगा यहाँ पे. पहला एंड दूसरा बॉल क्रूशल होगा.
Oh, it's another game that is going to the final over here in the TARS 777 present the TARS Cricket Club League T10 Cricket. Castle Animal. It is crucial time. The Knights, they want a victory. In fact, the Tigers too, they also want a victory. Robin's got her hands on head. Which way is this going to go? Who knows?
देखना होगा कौन होगा एनिमल, असली एनिमल.
Dot ball, folks. Sevi Kipados still in the huts. 5 balls left. 6 takes us to a super over. 7 is victory. Yeah, to the Tigers. Anything less, then it's victory to the Knights.
Basic wants to go for glory here. It's not the right thing to do. Put the ball in the gaps.
Oh, they're going to get one. They're going to get one. They are getting one. Now then, 4 balls remaining, 6 runs. They 1 buff away. They 1 buff away here from victory, the Tigers, if they can clear the boundary. Oh, a couple of more dots here. Couple more dots, boys.
But the captain of the Knights looks cool, calm, and collected under this immense pressure. He's got the ball in hand. He's got 4 balls to bowl. He's so far done very well with his first 2. Let's see if he can close out the over in the end.
Don't put the markers on him here, Christopher Fry. Let him be. Let it be. What woosing's that? Hit down the ground. Is it going to be 2? No, it's just going to be... Oh, it is going to be 2. It is going to be 2. fielding now under pressure. 3 balls to come. 4 runs needed. 3 more runs will take us to supernova. There is the simple equation. I mean, it's a hot day here and things are hotting up out there, folks.
The first game of the day, and again, we're on tenterhooks, yeah.
लेकिन क्रिस बहुत ही शानदार एक्सपीरियंस मैन इस्माइल की जानिब से फील्डिंग वहां पे खास इतनी सही नहीं थी.
That is flicked off the legs. They're going to come back. They're going to come back for 2. Yeah, they come. The throw comes in. It's 2 runs. It is 2 runs, folks. So 2 from 2. 2 from 2.
This equation looks all too familiar. Yesterday it was 2 for 2, and they could only get 1 run. Can September take the Knights home?
Got to bring someone in. Stop the run there. Stop the easy single there at mid-wicket. You have to. Your hand is forced here now. You have to try and bring someone in, because simply Matthew Florence is going to try and just nudge it in that area. There it is. There it is. Oh, it's just going to be 1. It is just going to be 1. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, folks. There it is.
Scores level. Waco Bissek at the crease. September, this is what we're looking for, folks. This is what we've been hoping that would happen. It's 1 ball to go. 1 run needed for the victory. Waco Bissek, you can make a name for yourself here, boy.
देखें क्रिस, I don't understand. 2 balls पे 2 runs आपको चाहिए. 3 ball पे 4 runs आपको चाहिए थे. Why not? There's a fielder there.
1 run needed from 1. If it's a dot or a wicket, we go to super over. Here we go, folks. Oh, dear, folks. Little bit of gameplay, little bit of mind games. There are the Tigers. There are the Tigers. So waiting to see what's going to happen here.
Captain Ismail, क्या बॉल करेंगे आखिरी? 1 ball पे 1 runs. कैप्टन इस्माइल फुल टॉस करते हुए क्या ये रन आउट होगा?
Oh, and through they come.
सीधा.
Through they come, and that's victory of the final ball of the innings. And that victory goes to the Tygerberg Tigers. They win this game by 8 wickets. What a game he had there.
Florence holding his nerve, putting bat to ball, and putting it in the gap, getting the run. What a fantastic end to a good game.
देखें क्रिस, जैसा शुरू में हमने बात की थी कि आपको दिमाग के साथ ये चेस करना होगा. अगर आपके 1s and 2s आप स्ट्राइक रोटेट कर रहे हैं तो आपको बैट बॉल 1 मिलेगा ओवर में. क्या शानदार चेस टाइगर्स की जानिब से, और इनको एक और जीत मिली नाइट्स के सामने.
What a match first up here. It was match 19 going again. The full distance here for you folks. It's the men in the yellow there. The Tigers, they are victorious by 8 wickets, taking it to the last ball and coming victorious over the men from Kraaifontein Knights. There has been a very good game. There it is. Shaden Hendricks, he looked good and then he got run out. Lincoln Simons batted nicely through that innings as well. Then he had to go, but Waco Besic and Matthew Florence, 2 youngsters, 2 men still 16 years old, taking it through for the Tigers. Excellent stuff there, and that's a very good win, albeit off the last overs. Ismail September, he did his best there. 9 of his 2. The spinners came to the fore there. 7, 11, 17. They did a great job there as well. But they might rule that 1 ball that went for a 4 onto the leg side. That is the match summary here, folks. What a way to start here on this beautiful day here. It is the men from Tigers winning this encounter by 8 wickets. Enjoy the highlights package put together, and then we'll hear from the 2 captains at the post-match interview.
match 19 we gave you there, folks. The match between the Kraaifontein Knights and the Tygerberg Tigers. It went all the way. It went the distance. And the Tigers, they are victorious, winning that one off the last ball of that innings. And now I'm going to ask Ismail September, the captain here of the Knights, to just come and join me here. Ismail, you took the brave decision just at the toss to have a bat first, and it nearly paid off for you boys.
Yeah, I think we started off. We started well. We had a good power play. I just think once again, probably dotted up half our innings, and that was the game changer.
Yeah, over 20 dots there again. You will look at that. If you could turn half of that just into ones, it's such a game of fine margins, isn't it?
Totally different ball game then. More runs for the bowlers to bowl at, a bit more freedom. But at the end of the day, well done to Tygerberg, taking it over the line there. Nice, interesting game.
I like the way your bowlers stuck at it there right till the end to take it to that last ball as well.
Yeah, I got very close there. I think all the bowlers did put up their hand. No, not many loose balls. I just think our fielding might have let us down on a couple of occasions.
Look here, now it's probably just last chance saloon. You guys need a victory as soon as you possibly can here. You're sitting bottom, but few victories will take you there.
I mean, we said this the other day. We're taking down top of the table. We took down Kraaifontein. We got Donville tomorrow, so it'll be nice to just stir the pot a bit.
No pressure on you guys.
Thank you very much, Eugene.
Go well.
Thanks.
That is the thoughts here of Ismail September, the captain there of the Knights. Now I'm going to ask Antley Adams to join me there. Antley, how's your nerves there, bud? It went right down to the last ball.
Yeah, but of a no-biter. But I think the youngsters, they carried their composure well throughout the innings, and nice to see them take us home there.
Nice to see you backing your youngsters. We're still Severiano Cupid still in the huts there as well. 2 16-year-olds must bode well for you guys for the future.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the mentality of the guys, I think, carries them throughout their innings and stuff like that, and can only get better from there.
Winning tight games is what gives you a little bit momentum and confidence in the team as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the game changer was about we took more singles than Kraaifontein, but all credit to their bowlers as well. Bowled well up front and till the end, basically. Keep bringing it up to a nail-biter, 10 overs aside. So, yeah, all credit to them as well.
Well, you guys move a little bit further up there. Playoff position, that's what you want.
Yeah, absolutely. We need to be there.
Well done today.
Thanks.
That is the thoughts there of Antley, the captain there of the Tigers, and it's them that are victorious here over the Knights. It's been a thrilling game, a game that went right down to the last ball of the second innings. Excellent stuff there from both those teams. Join us again at 1:30 for some more Taj 777 T10 cricket.